Well, California Governor Gavin Newsom signing a slew of new bills to tackle the state's housing issues, with California seeing the highest housing costs in the country. The median sales price is now close to $850,000. That's at least according to the California Association of Realtors. That is up 3.2% year over year. Let's bring in Yahoo Finance reporter Dani Romero to talk more about how these bills are streamlining housing construction and protecting tenants. At the end of the day, is this going to bring down costs?
Akiko, California has a housing problem, from not in my backyard politics to the lack of tenant protections. Governor Gavin Newsom has had enough. He's becoming aggressive in tackling the state's housing crisis. Governor Newsom signed 56 housing bills this week designed to add more housing supply and protect tenants against evictions, and also, most importantly, hold cities accountable for their fair share of housing. If you've gone to any city council meeting or covered any city council meeting as a reporter, those meetings can be lengthy, so time consuming, and at times could even take years to resolve just one issue, especially if that means a development going into a neighborhood and those neighbors are against it. Forget about it. That prolongs the housing supply that market needs. Now there are two bills, SB 4 and SB 423, that are allowing developers of multifamily housing units to bypass some of the lengthy approval processes and pull forward some of that housing supply. There's a study from UC Berkeley that found SB 4 bill would open up 171,000 acres of land across the state for affordable housing. Another bill to really highlight is the AB 1033, which allows homeowners, property owners, to sell their ADU, the accessory dwelling unit, also known as the granny flat, separately from their home. And there's also a big push to add more budget, state budget, for those ADU programs. And lastly, the other bill that really stood out is the AB 12. And that actually prevents landlords from taking more than 1 month's rent as a security deposit. And that law is expected to go into effect of next year. But Akiko, it's also important to highlight that California has already passed some housing bills that have streamlined a lot of the multifamily housing units. I've spoken with developers on the ground about the bill, the SB 330, that was passed in 2019. And these developers have said that actually has streamlined a lot of the housing production to the market. So these new 56 bills that have been passed that have been signed by Governor Newsom will just add more to that effect.